The map of the night in this best of one is going to be Cobblestone. Second time we've seen it tonight. And our match is live on 3. I don't know what's going on with these map vetoes and map bans going on. You know, we choose the one map based on a full veto process. And at the very end, I was fully expecting to see something different, but the vetoes just kind of worked in favor of EnemyGG. I mean, you look at a map like Cobble. They're 6-1 within the regular season. This is, within CEVO, EnemyGG's second best game. Pistol round's underway, though. Look at this. Full-on rush into the B-bomb site. And you're going to see Jacob walking in very, very quickly. Taking control, knocking out 3 members, J-Stone and AGM, all going to be shut down very fast. There's AGM working a little bit of damage coming in from Connector Dust. Welcome back. It's looking pretty bad right now for WinOut T side.
I mean, they were able to kind of work up the mid-slope to the A-bomb side uncontested, but an enemy on the retake there just sweeping through with the frags. Everyone getting a piece except for Anomaly. It was just kind of an easy shutout round there for enemy at that point, to be honest.
Yeah, I was just talking about how Cobblestone actually might work slightly in favor of EnemyGG. Within CEVO alone, it's their second best map in the map pool, winning 86% of the games they played on it within CEVO League.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it is Enemy who was the second place team in main this season coming into this placement tournament, so they certainly did a pretty solid job. They were actually looking like they might win the title, you know, early on throughout the playoffs, but then Mortality was able to get the better of them in 2 different best of 3s, close that out. So still a solid team though on Enemy. You got to give them a lot of credit on how far they've made it. Also playing in the ESA Premier playoffs as well, doing quite well there. And went out looking to see if they can't tackle Enemy though. They do have some decent players in their own right, some familiar faces, especially like Bluminator and Jacobson are guys that you've definitely seen around for a while. ATM also a guy that's floated around the scene. So a decent lineup here for WinOut in their own right, and they're trying to win this second round off the force buy, and they're actually making it work with these Tech 9s.
Yeah, a lot of pressure going on by Jacobson and ATM on the right side. By B site, forced an early rotation, which allowed Bluminator to just kind of walk in there with the bomb. Bomb's going to get planted, and now ZNF, the expert support player for EnemyGG, is just going to be hanging back, trying to get some sort of an exit kill. He knows he just doesn't stand a chance against this 4v1 situation. Best to just hang on to this weapon, get some exit frags, and pick up some cash.
Yeah, he goes and picks up the FAMAS with that pop flash now, directs himself back into the Skyfall room, and AGM is going to get pushed here, but ZNF is going to hear angles out.
Nice.
Does get the frag, but I mean, he's going to get chased down. He's getting pinched from 3 different sides right now. Getting away is going to be so difficult. Gets one more, but does go down, but it still went out winning the second round off of that Tech 9 buyout, and so that's going to force Enemy onto basically a double save. We're going to see probably a 3-1 now from WinOut here on the T side of Cobble. That's good news.
Yeah, that was actually a really phenomenal play over there. Scores now 1-1. WinOut.net desperately needed that round win and really reset the economy for EnemyGG. You're going to see them forcing up as best they can. Look at this. You got a scout, you got a FAMAS, and then you've got a whole bunch of armor and helmets going across the board. So clearly EnemyGG confident going into this, thinking they can do some damage.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's definitely big to be able to you know, get that and go ahead and take the money of your opponent right off the bat, like to force them into a double save. That's going to just let you go right from losing pistol to taking a solid lead and solid control of the early part of the half, and that's definitely a great turnaround. We are going to see Enemy actually try to put what they can into this. They are going to, you know, force up the FAMAS and the Scout, as well as some upgraded pistols. So investing pretty much as they could into this round, trying to see if they can't break WinOut's money right back. If not, they'll have to take pretty much a full save next round. That's where WinOut coasted to 3-1. So a lot is on this round here. Can Enemy actually fight right back?
Well, Greg and Jacob working their way out, but it's J-Stone who finds the headshot on Anomaly, and that's going to be entry into A site, leaving Ryu all alone with a pistol. Works the way around the corner. He hears footsteps all over the place, takes a couple of shots, does damage to ZNF, or I'm sorry, does damage to Bluminator AGM, and just not enough to get the job done. Bomb's going to get planted. No surprises right there. But, Dustin, I think that the overall tactic for EnemyGG here, buying up whatever they could, was to do what happened right here. Pick up an AK-47, get whatever weapons you can, and then get the heck out of Dodge.
I think originally they were going for the W, but I mean, this is the appropriate response to how the round played out. Like I said, they knew they were in a position where if they could just win right back, they could break WinOut's money and just like get right back into the game. And then you get into that funky scenario where teams are just like trading eco rounds on each other for a while. Ping pong ball bouncing back and forth basically at that point. But
that's not good. Jump scare.
That needs to go, man. That's so silly that you can do that in this game.
Yeah, I'm not a
fan. And on
fan.
top of that, Kusta's like invincible because the jumping hitboxes are all jacked up.
Yeah.
So it's just
you got nothing to lose and everything in the game by doing that jump shot.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. I mean, the only thing that's bad about it is it gives away your position, I guess. But most of the time, you're playing that situationally to where it doesn't really matter. It's just really ridiculous. Is what it is. And I know that Valve's been talking about trying to tweak hitboxes, just trying to figure out a way to fix it. So, I know a lot of people in the community have been kind of raged about it, but at least we've had confirmation from Valve now saying, hey, we're looking at it. Like, we know it's a problem. We're just trying to figure out how to fix it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's deeper than we realize.
Yeah, sometimes it's not as easy as just going into the code and being like, oh, let me tweak this figure. It's fixed.
Oh, no, it's a deep problem. There's a lot of shots going on over here at A site. Looks like the T's lighting up the left side of it. Anomaly still live. Fully flashed. Bluminator walks right past him. Well, Anomaly gets the kill, gives away his position. Bluminator is able to follow up and get the kill. And then the 2K on the rotator. That's Uber. And it's a frag out for WinOut.net. 3-1. And I believe that was a force buy for EnemyGG.
And so now we do have that 3-1 situation thanks to WinOut being able to take that second round and break Enemy's money. And you see Enemy, continuously trying to force into it repeatedly. And now because of that, they're forced to save again. So instead of having like 2 saves and a full buy, they're basically on 2 broken buys and now almost a full save. So that's just kind of the risk you take when you're trying to fight right back, and it just didn't pan out. That's just going to give WinOut so much more breathing room. We see a huge stack over here at long A, but Jacobson, if he pays attention to it, he could just get some easy frags here. But he's turning back to it.
Ryu and Kusta. There's the shots. Now Jacobs is going to come in on the flank, and look at this. ZNF and Uber, last men standing. 1 on A, 1 on B. You see AGM working the lurk. He's probably going to go ahead and get a kill. Does so, leaving Uber all alone against overwhelming odds. He gets a 2K. That's not bad, but WinOut.net for the point.
Yep, so now we're finally going to be able to see Enemy actually get their first real buy of the game here in round number 6, quite delayed due to all the force buying and how things played out. But now they're going to have it. Kusa's going to have his op. Has some big games with that, especially against Luminosity in the RGN event. We saw that best of 3 just like last week, and he was super huge with it then. Obviously, Uber and ZNF known to put up some pretty solid ones as well. So let's see if they can put that together. And there it is. Kusta brandishing the op for the first time this game, is able to find an entry pick and almost lined up a 2-for-1. He did get the leg shot on the Jacobson off of that, and he'll finish off with 3 kills, and there's that op coming into play right away.
That's insane. That's insane. The first one just like walked right into his reticle, but now we're down to Bluminator all alone with a bomb. Walked into B side. It's already stacked 2, going 3 strong. Bluminator doesn't have a chance. Oh, the nade's out. Now's the time to be. Chucks it. There's a headshot on Uber. Free fire every angle.
Yeah, I mean, there's just not much that can be done here. Bloom's stuck in like an almost impossible situation this one before. He's already getting flanked from upper B as well, on top of having some people in middle positions. Trying to slip this bomb into Skyfall. He gets a kill on the Ryu, and he has ZNF low, but he tries to recommit to B. And that's just like easy pickings for Enemy at that point. And now it's Enemy striking back here, getting around 2-4.
It's a 4K for Kusta.
Yeah, he had a big round there with the there's no doubt about that, especially those first 3 kills. That was huge, but WinOut still has enough money to put a buy in here, but if they lose this, they will be back to saving. So Enemy, does have a chance to tie it up here, if they can get this and, like I said, force that save. But at the same token, Enemy's money has been reset. They don't have a whole lot of money after rebuying here, so WinOut could make it 6-2. So, I mean, like I said, this round's pretty much worth 2 for either team who takes this right here and now, the way the money has played out.
AGM continuing to work that aggressive lurk at B site, making lots of noise, firing, just trying to sell that rotation like he seems to do every single every single round where WinOut.net wants to work their way towards A, at some point you think EnemyGG might be catching on to that, but no, they're not moving. They're just going to hold on to their standard default CT positions. And there's that op.
Yeah, it's definitely here again. Kusta having a big quad kill round last round, already finding the opening pick this round. There's a second kill from Kusta, defending this A, finding to see if anyone else is going to peek into his crosshairs from long A, but they'll just grab the bomb and back off. Meanwhile, Uber getting sniffed out by AGM here at the Skyfall, but not able to get the kill, but does a decent bit of damage, but there's still 2 men down thanks to Kusta's op from Enemy, and that's going to make things a lot more difficult here for WinOut. As I'm curious to see what the play is here. They might send this one guy out Long Beach, try to hold these guys there, and then they're going to try to come up to mid-slope. But, I mean, Kusta's ops right there.
Yeah.
And he's already been pretty hot with it the past couple of rounds. That's going to be tough to get past.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that you can do. AGM's going to peek out. Look, Ryu's holding that really tight angle with FAMAS. Takes a couple of shots, misses, but he's got the intel on where AGM is. Peeks around the corner, takes a couple more shots at Ryu. 7 seconds on the clock. Calls may just save.
Right. And that's probably the best thing you can do given what's happened here. Like I said, it's another big round with Kusa with the op with the opening 2 picks, just like he had the opening 3 picks the round previous. So that's a lot of opening picks here, and it does, like I said, force WinOut onto a save, except for those 2 guns they were able to recycle from last round. And this does give Enemy a great opportunity to turn this into a tie situation, despite having kind of that blunder of a start, so to speak, when they lost that second round.
Kind of a rough situation, though. I mean, WinOut.net saving those weapons that forces you into a forced buy, and they don't have much to work with other than the AK and the op. Jacob really needs to score some mega kills, and he's just losing the battle of the oppers versus Kusta. There he is again, this time hanging B site, takes AGM, that lurk player down very quickly. Problem is, EnemyGG stacked towards B site. This could be easy entry into A, Anomaly. There it is. Headshot. Anomaly's down. Bomb's going to work its way in. Rotation. There's Uber getting the headshot on Greg. Bomb's planted. J-Stone hiding in smoke. He's flashed out. Let these guys walk in, and he could make a really big play right now. One's down. Peeks the corner. Ooh. Headshot with the pistol. That reduces us down to Uber all alone with the AK-47. Finds Bluminator. Doesn't have time.
Wow. And that's big. Enemy not able to make it happen there. And given kind of the money situation, I thought Enemy was going to have a great chance to tie that up 4-4. But there wasn't much to work with WinOut on that round, but they still make it happen in the end anyway. Now they have 2 ops as well, picking up Kusta's op and still having the op that was originally purchased. Kusta will be able to rebuy his op this round, and he's done some great work with it so far this game. But like I said, that's definitely a big round to lose. Like, that was Enemy's chance to really recover well, after the start and tie it up pretty early, and then they just let it slip again there on kind of another broken buy. So tough stuff. And Kusta just getting pushed relentlessly by Grego. 2 Tech 9 kills for him pushing through. Grabs the op from Kusta as well. Definitely huge. That's big to lose that op so early like that. You got to have a rifler with you if you're Kusta, or you just got to be a bit more cautious to be able to get back.
I mean, EnemyGG's game has been built largely around Kusta's op holding down the fort, and now that they've lost it, this really turns the table in favor of WinOut.net. The bomb's hanging out in middle of the map, and I think the idea is just to go ahead and feel out what's going on. See 3 players already on A site. They know that A is completely clear. Bomb's picked up by J-Stone, and it should be a plant pretty quickly. AGM working the lurk angle. B main, listening for footsteps.
Right. I mean, at this point, if they don't plan B, if they plan A, Enemy pretty much just have to save these 2 M4s. That's all they'll have next round. So that's kind of what they're doing. They're stacking one side. They're going to make a play for it if the bomb goes down there, but it didn't. It goes down at A, and now at this point, it's just trying to save these M4s. And WinOut will have a triple op set up now. They did collect an op. Curious to see if Grego will eventually just drop it, though, and try to find a rifle, because I feel like that would be better. Like, triple op's a little bit ridiculous, to be honest. I mean, I know he picked it up because he just had a Tech 9, and so obviously that's why he grabbed it in the first place. But now it might be good for him to try to see if he can't find an M4 or something.
Yeah, you're not helping your team at all if you're running that triple op setup. So I expect him to go ahead and drop it.
Yeah. If you can find a rifle, that is. It's kind of the biggest thing is trying to find one.
Oh,
But,
that'll
oh man,
even
it won't
things
matter
up.
now, will it? They'll just hold these 2 ops, and
Wow.
there's some good exits there. But they actually, I think they did wind up losing one of those
Well,
M4s at the end, so still not quite saving as much as they wanted, but getting some cool exit tracks at the end. I
yeah,
guess.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but it didn't exactly wreck the WinOut.net economy. They're still able to buy everything they want. They're just a little lower on cash at the start of the round. Look at the stack here.
Well, yeah, I mean, you kind of have to handle situations like this if you're enemy. There's really no other option here. And they're able to push out, and they actually do get a kill on Grego, and they're going to collect an AK for that. So now they have 2 rifles to work with, but WinOut relieving the pressure, working into B. They know it's open. Just trying to avoid the push and just play post-plant now.
Yeah, I mean, this really turns the game around. Now WinOut.net basically playing CT. All they have to do is hold off the bomb for less than 30 seconds at this point. Waiting for the entry. Couple coming in from drop down, one from B main, and then one from connector. J Stone finds one just around the edge of the smoke. Ryu set on fire, no damage done to him. He's going to back off, and time's quickly running out. Big plays need to happen.
Absolutely. Jacobson, though, able to come out and grab ZNFs, and so only 1 gun being saved now, which is going to be the M4 that Uber was able to hold on to here. Money's still going to be quite tight here, but enough to buy with, right? It's just like no opportunity to get that off onto Kustu. He's going to have to play with a rifle. So M4s across the board here. They're going to go on a 4-round loss bonus, which still isn't going to be enough. I mean, that's $2,800, right? Or $2,900. So they actually would be forced kind of to save again if they don't make this round work. Otherwise, it would just be like a crazy force. So WinOut really does have enemy pinned down pretty well at this point, unless enemy can like really break through and win a couple of rounds in a row.
Again, the gambit for B site underway. ZNF and Ryu on defense. The 4-man stack. This time, Greg is going to be working alert position at A site. That is where the dreaded offer resides.
Yeah, I mean, Anomaly is paying attention to the smoke, though, and Kusa will get the kill on the Jacobson, so that does hurt Grego. If Grego actually had an opportunity to slip in and catch someone from behind, but now they got in the pick and they started to fall back into the site. It makes it much harder for Grego to lurk, but he does still pick up Kusta, and maybe this causes a little bit of a rotation here, allowing Long B to be a bit more exposed. That's exactly what WinOut's counting on.
Yeah, ZNF working his way all the way over towards A site. If you're going to push, now is the time. I don't think they could hear any footsteps, though, so the T's don't know it. Working their way towards B. ZNF coming back into B. I think they've missed their window of opportunity.
Well, sort of. I mean, they're still going to be able to get out Long B, and they have these long-range battles to play with, and that's going to help ADM with the op. Yeah. So, well done there, but the rotation's already coming in, but the ops are just firing off for WinOut right now. Now they have a man advantage here, but they're running out of time, so they kind of have to make a play here soon with the bomb plant.
Now there's Bluminator going ahead and making the bomb plant. Rio works his way around the corner, finds Bluminator, but J Stone's right there with his team, taking the kills with a nice 2K, including a headshot on Anomaly. That's going to be 8 and 3. EnemyGG just, I don't know. I mean, they came into this really, really hot #2 team in CEVO main playoffs, wanting to take the pro position, and they're struggling with WinOut.
Yeah, they definitely are, and they're putting together a tight buy here. It's what they could. Very limited, though, obviously, which is definitely really good news here for WinOut to put it up to 9. And then, you know, with the money the way that it is, I mean, it will be Enemy once again being forced with a decision to do a forced buy like this one, or actually taking a save and kind of allowing WinOut an easy 10th round. And at that point, it's starting to get a little bit scary, out of control here.
Yeah, I mean, the finances have never really been in favor of EnemyGG. They're always on a forced buy, followed by loss. At some point, you have to learn.
I feel like when you lose that second round, it's like a snowball that begins rolling down the mountain, and it's so hard to stop it, especially if you keep losing key rounds.
Yeah. Anytime you spend money, you've got to make good on that. You've got to at least get the money back, even if you lose the round.
It also didn't help they tried to force buy into the second and third round and still lost, and they won that 6th round and 7th round, but then their money got reset, and then they lose 4 in a row again. So it's just like a nightmare for your money when stuff like that happens. And, you know, it's going to be out reaping the benefits of all that now as they're going to get a flawless victory round. And Kusta forced us to save this armor and FAMAS because that's going to be, like I said, another situation for them this next round where they either have to force buy again like they did this last round, or do they just go ahead and take the save, you know?
Well, Kusa's probably going to end up getting killed here. Make the Jan gets a 2K that's really important over there before he himself finally goes down. And, you know, in a way, I think the EnemyGG might be good with that. It seems like whenever they've been able to save some weapons, because they have weapons, they make the decision, well, you know, we have to force buy.
Yeah, they've been having the force buy pretty much this entire half. I think I've only really seen like those two rounds where those two big op rounds for Kusta were the only 2 rounds they really seem to have clean buys, and that's the only 2 out of 12 rounds played. Obviously, you kind of subtract out the first 3, right? If you lose pistol,
yeah, of course.
But even still, that's like, you know, 8 or 9 rounds where they've had to save probably 4 or 5 times or force buy like this round.
Yeah, force buying again, not working. Anomaly, Kusta both getting shut down very, very fast as the bomb works its way into A site. Now, Uber going to push through smoke up towards this balcony. Ryu in smoke. And ZNF hanging out at B. Now that the bomb's being planted, I think they know, hey guys, it's probably at A site. Jacob pushes right into the smoke. It's just, I mean, Dustin, this is a slaughter.
Yeah, I mean, this map, like I said, does typically trend towards the T side. I see a lot of situations where teams get, you know, at least 8 rounds, if not more, on the T side with no real trouble. But I mean, that's the thing, though. Like they shouldn't get more than 10. Like, Enemy has to put up a decent number on the CT side, like 5 or 6 rounds to give themselves a shot.
Yeah.
And if it continues like this and wins out the half, see what I did there? You know, with 2 more rounds, it makes it 12-3. That's a little bit too much to have allowed to happen if you're Enemy.
Now, WinOut, certainly looking to win out right here. 10-3 is your score line, and looking at the money, I mean, EnemyGG, once again, they have to full buy. In fact, aside from the very first gun round, Dustin, I don't think they've done a proper buy. They haven't been fully loaded with.
Yeah, like I said, there's 2 rounds, rounds
4.
6 and 7, where Kusta had the op and had those 2 big multi-frag rounds at the op, and that's been it.
Yeah.
I feel like this all could have been avoided if they just would have at some point taken a double save.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that. You have to.
And they just refused to do it. You know, they really wanted to keep trying to force buy, because I guess they felt the rounds were pretty close on the situations. They were hoping they could, you know, finally crack WinOut's economy, and this never could happen. They never could make those force buys work. It's like an endless and vicious cycle they put themselves in.
Oh, you see Uber with the mob playing the game with AGM, finds the headshot. That's nice right there. Drop down. That's 1 kill. ZNF also was able to find one, so the advantage goes heavily towards EnemyGG. Kusta finally is shut down, but what are we going to see? We're going to see the bomb work its way, picked up by Jacob, towards A site. Where Ryu and Anomaly wait. Flashbangs out. Grego on point. Pushes. Past fence. Flashed again. Right turn. Doesn't see somebody's close right. Quickly shut down by Ryu. Yeah,
I mean, Enemy's actually done well in this round. They actually have a man advantage right now. Jacobson and Blue Man are trying to make it into the site, but very little time left now. Jacobson all alone, and there it is. Enemy makes one of these like crazy force buys finally work. It took them several attempts to make one go through, but they do right at the end. And yeah, it is a big round. They can actually win this last round, you know, make it 5-10. You go over to T side, you win pistol, you don't get eco'd, you make it 8-10. There's a shot for you, but short of that, WinOut still in very powerful position at this point.
Yeah, WinOut, I mean, keep in mind, they're just 6 points away from victory here as we close out the first half. Bomb working its way towards A, where Kusta watches. Finally, Kusta with an off. It's always good for EnemyGG.
Right. Here, as you said, Uber is able to get out. Enemy trying to come down the Skyfall, so Enemy with an early man advantage here. Definitely a much better start than what we see most of the half for them in a round. You know, except for those Kusta rounds, it's been tough for them to get opening picks and see if they can convert it into a W here.
Kusta gets smoked out. Which the knife jumps out, and now Jstone entering the site. Kusta gets 1 kill. Stuck in a really bad position. He's going to get mollied out. He's also hurt. Drops down to 24 health. Backs off. Bomb. Shot.
Gets caught.
Out of the hands of Greg. Great round for EnemyGG. Kusa hurt. Illuminator grabs the bomb. 1v3. Runs in. Trying to plant for safety. Force the issue. Kusa's already hurt. Peeks. Kusa's too smart. He knows it's a fake.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Bear's in a tough spot here. They really just screwed up royally by bringing the bomb even over there. They really should have ran that like through the fence to the site instead of putting it in a vulnerable position where Uber was able to catch it again and again and just stop them from being able to collect it. So that was just a little bit of poor decision making there on how they took the site. And Enemy putting in a couple of rounds there right at the end to make it at least somewhat respectable. I think they would have loved to, on that CT side, to have gotten at least 7 or so rounds, but only coming up with 5, so still going to be tough. But like I said, if they can win pistol here, they can avoid getting ecoed, unlike not being able to do that in the first half. Obviously, if they can kind of make a difference here and get it 8-10, then being on the T side of Kabul, you'd actually give them a shot to bring it back at that point. Have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, Force Buy is really the tail of the match right there. WinOut.net. Getting a 4-round and then a 6-round winning spree. Just frustrating. Now, Dust, you talked about how this this map is slightly T-sided. It's not that T-sided, though. 10-5.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, 10-5 is usually about the maximum. Like I said, you would rather, like I said, try to get at least like 7 rounds on the CT side or something like that. Give yourself a chance. But 5, like I said, it's like the minimum that you can get and still have a shot, in my opinion, on this map, the way it plays out. We'll just have to see if that's the case here and now.
Well, straight out of the gate, is it going to be the expected B rush? Not quite. Check it out. We got a little T side split. Kusa and Anomaly taking the bomb towards A with 3 other players working their way down B side through tunnels and halls. B stacked by the T's. CTs, that is.
Okay, here comes the flash in the drop zone here. Enemy.
Oh, nice.
Taking up Uber, giving him the armor while he bought up a Tech 9. Or he bought up armor and they dropped him a Tech 9, rather, obviously.
It's a mid-A split.
Yeah, and so far, Uber's already gotten in a pretty dangerous spot here. Now he's going to wait it out. But, Jacobson hits a 6 shot on the Uber. Wow.
See, it's way too slow here. Look at this. Kusa and Anomaly only just now coming into the A site. Jacob's ready for them. So is Bluminator, even though Bluminator's hurt.
I think they were just hoping that Uber would just kind of hold position in the Vince room while they worked up long. But instead he took a peek at balcony and got insta shot down by Jacobson. And that kind of just ruined everything they were planning on doing.
Well, here it is. Kusa and Anomaly both kind of stuck out of position, not in a position to do any kind of trading whatsoever. Kusa at fence, gives his position away, misses a couple of shots, finally picks up the headshot on Greg, and he's going to start planting the bomb. Look at Jacob right here. Walks around. It doesn't get much easier than that. Taps him away.
Wow. And I mean, with that said, if WinOut can make it that 13-5, it's going to be so difficult for Enemy to come back at that point. Not looking good for them right now.
No. No, it is not. It's all going to come down to the first gun round. And looks like EnemyGG is just going to force up as best they can. They know how desperate this is. They know this is the one time that a force buy might work. Tech 9, armor up, boys. It's action time.
Yeah, my Go TV just crashed, so...
All right. All is good. We've got the bomb hanging out. Slow play by EnemyGG. I mean, they don't have a real gun advantage here, so they want to go ahead and take advantage of whatever picks they can get. Kusta picking up the bomb, working his way towards B tunnels. AGM, who was that lurker on T side for WinOut.net, also working B site. We're going to see something happening at drop down. Multiple T's hanging out up top, peek in the corner. Not being watched, just AGM from a distance.
I think this is a good response from WinOut. Like, you expect in the Tech 9 armor in this situation when they've lost first round with no bomb plant, and Skyfall is like the #1 place to make those Tech 9s really effective. And I think just not even challenging it, just playing back, forcing them in, this is actually the right call. AGM taking the fight from distance at Shed. This is just, like, beautiful thoughts from WinOut and how to play this.
Well, there's Uber and Kusta doing a little bit of work
Wow.
because the bomb works its way in. Even if they plant the bomb, this is a light victory. Jacob, last one standing for WinOut.net. This is tragic for WinOut. They really can't afford to go ahead and give these
And I mean,
victories,
I
which
actually
are
thought
theirs,
they
away.
set up really well given the situation, but still, enemy coming out the frags, especially Kusta, 3 kills with that scout, 2 of them headshots, and that was really kind of what broke it in the round and made all the difference. Actually, it was probably that alone, what he was able to do with that scout. So that's big.
A financial victory as well as a moral victory for EnemyGG T side as we go into round 18. Scoreline is 11-6. This is a best of one. It's our last match of the night. Before we continue with more CEVO placement, pro placement tournaments in the future.
Yeah, like I said, we are going to have some more games coming up tomorrow. It'll be Misled, and later going to be bringing you that action for an 8 tomorrow. Also some EU stuff going on during the day, so still a lot more placement action going on, as you said, but this is it for us tonight.
DNF trying to work his way out onto B main. Nice. Uber taking AGM down. They suspect somebody's going to be standing over there by statue. DNF walks out. That's going to be Greg. Hold in position. Bomb at top of B. 2 kills real fast. DNF and Uber doing the work. And now bomb works its way in to B site. It's going to be planted. Bluminator Jacobson all alone with pistols. And momentum is starting to shift slightly in favor of EnemyGG. This is huge.
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, they broke it with that second round Tech 9 buy, overran that A-bomb side Kusa, especially with the scout being really, really big in that round. And like I said, it typically forces double save territory for the CT team when you can do that, especially since it's a more expensive side to force buy with. And I mean, you saw, what happens when you try to, when Enemy try to do it. It never really worked out. So WinOut taking the more conservative approach here. But that is going to mean that Enemy is able to, make this, 8-11.
Yeah, Bloom getting really aggressive there at the end of the round. He wants to save this weapon. Oh, no! Gets rushed by 2, takes 1 down, and then gets killed at the end of the round. Lucky for him, he's CT side, so at least he gets a little bit of cash.
So now 7-11 score here. Kusa is going to have us out now on the T side. A couple of FAMAS being collected by ZNF and Anomaly, so they'll recycle those, put them to use. Ryu, Uber does have the AKs, WinOut, still in that double save situation, so they'll just be on a couple upgraded pistols here, but no armor, no nades, and this should be just an easy wipe for Enemy.
Oh, wow. Look at the shots going on here. ZNF from B main, Uber coming in at drop down. Gets 2 kills, opens up the B site. Now J-Stone all alone. He's waiting on his teammate Jacobson. Uber exchanges a few shots. And, well, B site's cleared out. Jacobson's driven off, and the bomb's going to get planted. Bluminator's just hanging out at A, hoping to maybe get some sort of a free pick. Jacobson in smoke, looking for exit kills. And it's kind of a textbook B take after those initial frags. There's Uber taking Jacobson down, and I think we've got a little bit of a comeback, boys.
Yeah, I mean, with Enemy winning the pistol, winning out. Well, I guess they didn't win out, right? They actually lost pistol. They came back second round and made the 3-0 off of that since then. And that does make it 8-11. Went out, like I said, taking the more conservative approach, going for that double save, not going into force buy territory repeatedly like Enemy did, where they really struggled in that situation. And they'll be able to buy up next round, though, and that's whenever we'll kind of see how things are going to go.
There it is, scoreline. 8-11, first proper buy. Not surprisingly, you're going to see Kusta rocking off this time around, and Bluminator trying to counter off for CT side. Probably the more powerful position.
Yeah, so now we are going to have Bloom with the op. 4 M4s out for WinOut, going up against the 3 AK Samas and op from the Enemy side of things. And Enemy loading up really heavy over here towards the B side, but they're leaving Kusa's op out in the mid to watch for any type of long A pushes. But Bloom and Jacobson not going to get too aggressive. They're eventually going to start sliding back into the site, though, actually. And from here, I mean, I don't know. Does Enemy cycle back over to A? Do they continue with their B hit? AMF coming around. AJ player on the smoke, catching ZNF. Kill. Mix up those two names together a little bit there, but we have an equal exchange so far.
Well, that does favor the T's as Uber works his way out towards B site, getting whatever information he can. Not a lot of information when you get a flashbang in your face. But that's all right. He's going to hold position. Keep some intel on B site while the bomb works its way to A, I think.
Yeah, that seems to be the case here. We do see them beginning to work in that direction. So far, no kills have gone off just yet, but there you see it. Went out, able to get the better end of the deal, and now we have a 3 versus 2. 30 seconds up on the clock, and that really just holding this off.
That off drops Ryu, and now look at Kusta's position. He's stuck there with an opposite side of the smoke, with a bomb on the other side. He knows there's an op over there, or at least he thinks there's an op over there, but he's going to work his way backwards. Bluminator watching up top. How did he know? Takes the shot, takes down the opposite team's op, and now he just wants to do something. Pick this bomb up. No, out of time. Run away.
Yeah, saving this op is like a big deal, but maybe he's not going to get to. Getting chased here now. Oh, no. Oh, the no-scope's big, but now he's got to stay. Oh,
2 no-scopes.
That is just insane. I thought he was screwed there. I thought he was screwed, because if he dies there, that's so bad.
Yeah.
No money. He's probably like just on a pistol or something, his AKs, but pulls out the no-scopes there at the end. That was pretty wacky stuff.
That is insane.
Yeah, it really is. And the repercussions are so massive that he's able to hold on to that given the situation. That's incredible, man.
And EnemyGG, look, they have enough money to go ahead and buy all the AKs that they want over here. So
that's actually the worst part of it. Is not only did he save the op and avoid getting screwed on money, he actually wrecked WinOut's economy. Like, they had the rebuy FAMAS's. That's not good.
It's as though EnemyGG just won the round when they in fact didn't.
Yeah, except for the point on the board. Economically speaking, they really did win out the round.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
I do see what you did there. Nice.
It's impossible not to do that.
It really is. Well, the bomb in Kusta's capable hands. As Bluminator and Jacobson get a little bit aggressive here, popping some flashes around, Bluminator's going to go ahead and take CNF down. Works his way back, suspects Ryu's going to be there, finds him, but loses the fight. So does AGM. Jacobson all alone at A. Greg rotates in, he's smoked off, he's going to take the long way. There's a kill. Kusta works his way into the site. Uber backing his teammate up, and that's going to be a bomb plant. J-Stone taking the extremely long way through the rotate, up, down, mid. Nobody really expects this, Dust.
Yeah, but he's just going to have to save a gun here. He's going to save that AK, and basically 2-round, or actually the only one he's been reset, only a 1-round loss bonus coming in here. So they're kind of in double save territory on WinOut side right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Enemy could actually creep into an 11 to 12 situation pretty quickly here off of WinOut's economy. And it kind of all started with what Kusta was able to accomplish there at the end of the last round.
Yeah, all those kills right there just wrecked the economy of WinOut. Let's see the money at the end of the round. WinOut.net.
Yeah, 1-round loss bonus of $1,900 or $1,400 rather. You're screwed. And then even after this, you're only getting $1,900 the next round, so you're still screwed. So yeah, it's pretty much double save territory here from WinOut.
Couple of purchases going on with J-Stone. He's got armor and a smoke, so the idea is he's going to be the tank. Entry fragger with that AK-47 and just hope to do some work. Wherever the smoke goes, that's where the bomb's going to go.
Yeah, they're going to try to get aggressive here on the B platform. Nothing really happening from it, though, but Uber's already been able to find his entry here. And like I said, I mean, this is going to be like 2 kind of easy rounds for Enemy, really, unless we see some kind of crazy eco victory.
It happens, but with a USP, it's very rare. Bluminator's already shut down. J-Stone with the AK still alive. Hanging back at B site. Takes a couple of pot shots with CNF. CNF flashed out. Forces the issue. It's all about J-Stone. There it is. AK-47 makes the kill. Shifting momentum slightly in favor of his teammates.
Right. And, I mean, it is actually an even situation now. They do have an AK on J-Stone. If they don't check to stay side properly, maybe the Ninja comes out here from Grego.
Nope.
He's still alive back there, and he hasn't been spotted, so he still might have a shot at it. And there's 2 AKs up now as well, so this could get kind of nuts.
Well,
Ryu's thinking about it, though. Yeah, Ryu's starting to kind of jiggle it here, starting to kind of worry about it. Uber will cover him, so well
Yeah.
done there.
Well, I mean, they've already been bitten by that spot before, so
Right.
you're not going to leave it unchecked in the future. At the very least, you got a body block for your buddy, and that's exactly what went down.
Yeah. You know, they're going to say these two AKs. One is still quite tight this next round with 1900 coming in. So, I mean, they could off these two AKs try to do some type of force buy situation. Maybe like they get a couple of M4s, but
It's so risky, though.
it really is. I mean, you could get like you would be like a naked M4, and yeah, one of the AKs doesn't get saved, so that pretty much ruins that plan altogether. Yeah, they'll probably just take another save again here and just kind of play with this one AK, maybe some upgraded pistols, and like I said, just that double save situation I was referring to is gonna come to fruition.
Yeah. I mean, WinOut.net, they've got just a couple of rounds that they can throw away here, and I think they might have learned from watching EnemyGG on CT, force buy, and it never really worked. So, yeah, you know, there it is. J-Stone just hanging out of the AK-47, light pistol buy. Do what you can, hang out of the AK if possible. Here's entry. Tunnels. Ryu, that he could really find himself, he and ZNF, in some serious trouble if they push up in front of Jacobson. Look, Uber's doing a little bit of work over here. Jacobson. And Jason walk right in, get the quick 2K. That's huge for WinOut.net on the eco.
Indeed, it is. And it is going to be Anomaly and Kusta left here. Trying to see if they can't convert the round they really should have gotten. I mean, like I said, WinOut didn't have really anything to work with except for one AK. And Jacobson's been able to get a couple of kills. Grego here with one as well. And like, if enemy loses this round, it'll be this round, and like the second round they lost in the first half will be the two rounds that will be pretty much why this happened if they want to lose in this game.
Oh, Kusta!
But, yeah, he does get it, and that's an AK down, and now they're up against one AK and two pistols, but they're actually kind of running out of time here, and that's really the biggest problem they have is the clock, trying to get this bomb into the A-bomb site. And that smoke comes in, it forces them to make some tough decisions now with limited time.
Yeah, they're able to pick up the bomb, but there's no time. Flash now, it's going to be Anomaly. Doesn't check the right corner. Jason's going to get the 1 and the 2K on Anomaly and Kusta. 10 and 13. That is critical. Eco round.
That's a round you can't lose when you're enemy. I mean, you got to reap the benefits of the seeds that you sow, which is the fact that they put one out in double save territory.
Nice.
You need to capitalize on that, especially when it can be the way that you put yourself within like tying distance just by a round. And like I said, this round, that round they just lost, and that the second round, the first half, is the biggest difference maker between enemy, you know, making the comeback and now WinOut being in pretty decent position to close out the game. Unless enemy can make this round work, you know, this is the money reset situation for them.
Well,
so they need this to work.
It's absolutely possible. Looks
if
like
they don't,
they
they have to force buy to contest WinOut's map point, and it won't be a lot to work with to do so. So like this is the last round was really big, and they lost it. This is their last chance, basically.
Well, if we hit tab and take a look at the finances here, both teams are nearly wrecked financially. So as you called it, this is going to be it. Uber misses a quick headshot. Didn't see who that was, but somebody walked right into his crosshair, and he just whiffs. That's a Skyfall. Kusta working the off. B-main. That's a GM shutdown. J-Stone standing in position, responds with the Molotov, delays the push. Not going to do any damage, but it does slow down the push just long enough to rotate Illuminator into the B site. Kusta's down. That's the dreaded off. No, it's not. He's still alive. How'd that happen?
Yeah, I mean, nice rifle shots there. They're not even going to... Jason's going to get off the boost, so he's going to be able to get inside the site. They have a 4-on-4. The rotation's coming in quite well, but Uber does open up the site again, and they do have a one-man advantage. They need to convert this, and so far they're doing well to do so. Yeah, Bloom getting caught in a bad spot with his op. A lot of people at low HP, but he can't punish him with this op.
WinOut really needs to close out the game. Greg taking a couple of shots here. He's in a 1v3. Rio's the only one who's hurt. Walks right into Kusta's off, and that's the end of the round. EnemyGG, they've reset WinOut's economy. They got another point on the board, and they're that much closer to tying and possibly even winning this match, which is incredible. I mean, they were so far down at the end of CT Dust.
Yeah, I mean, Uber and Kusta, their backs have to, like, they're going to need a full body massage tomorrow, man. They're both about to drop 30 bombs this game, and the closest person to him is ENF with 13. That's a huge gap in the fragging department. And Uber been so good entering on this T side for the team, really helping them recover. Then obviously Kusta's op has been big whenever he's been able to actually afford it, which he couldn't do much in the first half. Even in the second half, he's had a lot of work with it. And now they're in position to once again finally tie the game back up, possibly if they finish off this round, which they should.
Oh, look at an omelet.
And then it'll be going for the 13-13 afterwards. And look at this angle AGM has.
Yeah.
Kind of neat.
It's the old under the legs angle. He likes to be
but
there.
Uber spots it out. Spots out the little tower there. That's going to get him the 30 bomb. There you have it. It's actually at 31.
Wow.
With a lot more rounds left to play as well, by the way. So he could really take this to out of control numbers here.
Not just Uber, but Kusta here for enemy. Yeah. 29 kills, one away from a 30 bomb.
Yeah, exactly. So if you wind up having Kusta with the 30 bomb and Uber gets like near to like 35 or whatever he's gonna get, if he continues on the pace that he's on right now, that's like a ridiculous carry.
The aggression, Jacobson able to take down one at mid. ZNF tries to push out, gets himself into a nasty situation, somehow comes out on top, taking Bluminator and backs off before being traded out. Pretty big play. Another opening pick from Long A as the A site quickly goes down. It's AGM, J-Stone all alone, backing off towards B site. 12 and 13. It's got to kill them to back off and save like this.
Yeah. It's going to be a tie game here. Enemy 13-13 went out, forced to save because with that 3-round loss bonus, they're still going to be able to put together a buy, but AGM couldn't really. So him saving the M4 is actually drastically important. So they're not going to try to do that here. And yeah, 2 30 bombs on the enemy side now. If that's not carrying, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I mean, on the flip side, take a look at Ryu and Anomaly. They're not exactly holding up their end of the bargain for enemy.
Not at all.
6-6 and 18, 9-4 and 15.
Which, I mean, you judge Ryu more off the shot calling than the fragging department anyhow. But yeah, Anomaly definitely having a tough game. And yeah,
that's
even if you are the in-game leader, you should be doing better than 6 and 18.
Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, look at Sean Gary's. He's been praised so much recently for the incredible strat calling and IGL work for Cloud9, yet he always sits at the very bottom of the board. And
yeah, but not this bad.
Not this bad. That's true. You still got to be able to make a couple of frags here and there.
Especially on CT side, like you have to be able to like help hold the spot down while some of your stars like on the other side of the map out of position. You can't keep forcing them into like hard retakes, which kind of happened in the first half for him. But either way, even despite like 2 like really crazy mistakes in the first half and one in the second half, they still are in position to still be able to win this thing. So that's like good recovery from them to kind of get past those mistakes and still have a shot at grabbing the map.
I mean, even the buys aren't that uneven. The only difference is the op for the FAMAS.
Right, but it's just like enemy has so much more banked up, and WinOut really did buy down to the bare minimum, and they're not getting a whole lot of money to come in next round to contest enemy for map point. So this is actually like a really scary situation.
No second chances for WinOut, is what you're saying.
No.
Anomaly getting ready to drop from Skyfall. Bomb works its way towards B. Here's the mollies, clearing out all those silly spots. Close left, far corner. Here it is. AGM unloads. There it is. Shot taken. ZNF goes down. J-Stone tags 1. And B main barely held on by EnemyGG. You see Greg working. Skyfall takes that player down. J-Stone's going to get shut down very quickly. Grego, another one, bites the dust. Kusta, all alone, no time.
God, it's like if Uber and Kusa aren't making plays, then enemy can't do anything.
about it. It was do or die time for WinOut.
Oh, it was definitely. Yeah, if they would have lost that round, it would have been enemy going for map point with WinOut having little cash to buy up enough to really like put up a good contest against it. So that was really big for them. And granted, enemy has been able to string together a few rounds in a row, like winning before that round they won 5 of 6, and that really helped them build up a lot of bank. So they're still okay. But they're going to go for just a straight-out, all-out B long rush, looking for Uber once again to take points. He can get some entries. Kusta's ops going to be playing the edge as well. We're just going to see if this works out. So far, no.
They haven't done this yet. So AGM sitting in the corner. He's played the spot every single round. Is able to get 1 kill. Jay Stone standing way out where there's no cover, no one to cover for him. He's going to get shut down very quickly. And Greg pushes through smoke. Goes all the way. Kusta's watching that angle. Gets the op shot real quick. It's all up to Bluminator right now. I mean, there it is. He's dead. WinOut's out of money, and the score is tied.
Yeah, once again, it's really going up to Uber and Kusta leading those types of hits for things to work. I mean, post 33 and 34. Good God, man.
Yeah, right? Get wrecked much?
You know what's crazy about it, though? The craziest thing is even if you combine the other 3 players together, they still wouldn't equal like either Uber or Kusta.
Wow, you're right.
It's 31 combined, the other 3.
Uber and Kusta proving themselves as MVPs for.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's always kind of been that way. Though I'm actually surprised because usually I see ZNF put up some big numbers. So to see him, I mean, I guess he's not doing terrible, but it's definitely not what I usually see from him. And same with Anomaly. Usually he's doing much better than this. But either way, at least they're still in position to maybe win this thing. They have WinOut and saved. They have a great chance to make it to map point. They finally broke WinOut's economy. That 1 round loss bonus going to WinOut. And if they can just close out this round, next round will probably be an easy one for the W, actually.
Look at the way the stack is working. DNF is doing a really good job of just distracting everybody off of A site. A was completely open, but now Bloom and Greg starting to work their way in. Uber already in sight, watching from fence. He waited too long, though. Look, 2 players rotated in. Bomb all the way, long way in to the B site. They're going to go ahead and plant, and now Illuminator and Grego played like fiddles.
Yeah, and then like I said, like saving these 2 AKs is actually kind of a big deal for WinOut because with only $1,900 coming in next round, I mean, yeah, they'll still be able to put together a buy next round, but it won't really be that great, especially for people like Grego and AGM who are on the lower end of the money there. At least Bloom and Jason at 2650, so with 19 added onto that, they actually can still put together a pretty decent buy. But some of these other guys, like I said, in like the high 1000s, they're all of a sudden on like FAMAS armor, so these 2 AKs are like crucial to hold on to. This is not they're going to be able to chase him down. So WinOut will still actually get a pretty decent buy-in for this last round.
I just love the way that round worked out. I mean, they started messing around with B. They rotated all the way back towards A. And the A site players rotated into B, back to A. As the T's rotated into B, I mean, nobody was in the right spot at any given point in time. Everybody was confused. That's the beauty of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, and like I said, we still do have a pretty decent buy up here from WinOut, so they definitely do have a chance to force some nodes. Possibly Dana trying to rush to the smoke by himself, no one with him here.
Look at this,
trying
he's out.
to sneak out. Yeah, he's just going to sit here behind the box. Tries to peek around, not spotting anything. Exposes so many angles there, and he's just by himself, and I don't get that at all. Like, who's going to help you? Who's going to trade with you? What do you stand to gain from that? It's just an instant 4v5.
Might have been some sort of miscommunication. I mean, you saw Uber. He was in B. He could have been in a position to trade, but he backed off.
I feel like what they wanted to do was sneak him out there and hope he gets a pick, and then all of a sudden you can like start dropping Skyfall or something and split it up. But when he goes down, that ruins your play, and now you have to bank on one of these guys coming up big to get you back into the round.
Yeah, Jason's been so powerful from that hub position. There it is. Uber's finally going to find him with a headshot, and that's the first entry kill going into B site, but they're not really capitalizing it quite yet. Smokes go down. Uber around the corner. Look at this. Big 3-man stack. Illuminator's the one who's going to get the kill, but honestly, it didn't matter. Kusa follows with an off. AGM starting to walk through the smoke, and now he's all alone on B site. AGM should be dead unless he can hide.
Trust, my man. What can I say? 3-on-2 situation here. Ryu is able to spot out AGM. Anomaly able to finish him off there. Nice kill.
Not good.
Dixon on the flank, but it's a 1v2. This is going to be tough to get.
A bomb's planted now. 35 seconds. Jacob. Anomaly's hurt, so he gets the quick kill on him. And now it's Ryu in the 1v1. Ryu playing from statue. Jacob's going to come around the corner just at that moment. Ryu turns, gets the headshot, and that's the point right there. 16-14. Surprisingly close matchup.
70
in favor of
frags
EnemyGG.
combined between Kusta and Uber that game.
Jesus, serious?
Yeah, 35 apiece, man. What?
The carry was real.
Oh, it was really real right there. It was super real. Like I said, those guys, like Ryu needs to pay for them to have some massages tomorrow because their backs probably are full of knots right now.
Well, the team certainly got a happy ending on that one.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
As they should tomorrow.
As they should.
But speaking of happy endings, we are pretty much done for tonight.
Oh, nice segue.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I do what I can, but we are going to have some more stuff for you tomorrow. We are going to have some more EU placement tournament stuff going on during the afternoon time, starting around 2 p.m. Eastern time, probably. That'll run for about 4 hours. We'll have a quick break. Then it'll be another 4 hours starting at 8 p.m. Eastern time of NA placement stuff again. And that'll, like I said, I'll be on tomorrow. I think Thursday might be a day off, if I'm not mistaken, because many of us are traveling that day. And then obviously
CEVO
Friday.
LAN.
Yep, that's Friday the 24th through Sunday the 26th. We're gonna have 2 streams running all evening on Friday for the group play. Same to the start of Saturday, and then towards Saturday afternoon we'll be back to 1 stream for the elimination group matches as well as the semis and the finals. And all best of 3 except for the grand finals, which are best of 5. So great format, great teams, lots of familiar faces. Talent-wise, going to be there for you that you'll recognize from all the big lands, but also people like me, trying to take a shot at it for the first time in a big land. So we definitely appreciate your support. Do follow up this channel. Like I said, we're going to be running 2 streams, and that's about it from me, man. Any final thoughts from you, Pat?
No, man. Good games to all the teams. I'm looking forward to seeing you and all the players over there at CEVO LAN myself. I might actually be there for all the days, but I'll only be casting on Fridays. So if you want to catch my smiling face, be sure to tune in on day 1. That's it for me, man. Good games, good nights.
Yep, just follow us up at Dustin Moret and at Pat Flanagan, and follow up here at MLG TV, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.